There's honor. There is honor, whether we're accepting of it or not. And I'm wholeheartedly accepting of it, that our husbands can love more than one wife. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. Now, in this video, you guys, I want to talk about something that is really difficult sometimes for wives to grasp, and I understand. I understand wholeheartedly. However, I want to offer you some clarification. This video is titled, It's Impossible for Him to Love You Both. Now, it's difficult. That situation is touchy. It can be difficult, I'll say that, to understand, especially when you might be around people that are not in polygyny, or they're in polygyny and it's become a horror story and they want to share it with you. And maybe they just need someone to listen to, or they need some clarification themselves. But I want to break something down about men who practice polygyny. Oftentimes, I've been asked many of the questions that are on my videos specifically about my marriage, about my life. And one major question was, how can he love you both? That's not possible for him to love both of you. And I'll give them this example. I knew it was possible for him to love us both because I knew he still loved me now. And I know he loves my co-wife as well, as he should. Now, I'll give an example. When I had my children, and we know children are not wives, but we know we do love our children. And this is an example of love. When I had my first daughter, then I had my second daughter almost 2 years later. I loved them both at the same time. And just because I had my oldest daughter, she's the oldest of 10 children, and she is a powerhouse. She is my shortest daughter, and all my daughters are fearless. However, the oldest one's been with you the longest, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't love my daughter that came after her. And it didn't mean that I lost love for the daughter prior to my second one. I loved them at the same time. And they fulfilled me as a mother in different ways. And I fulfilled them as a mother in different ways. But I didn't put one above the other daughter. I didn't love one less because there was more time with my oldest daughter. I taught my oldest daughter before I ever gave birth to my second one. And this may not apply to wives at all because we're adults and we're not babies. And I would tell her, well, how's your baby? Is your baby crying? And I would say things like that, and it would create this warmth with my oldest. Now, that didn't mean when I gave birth to my second oldest daughter, and my oldest daughter laid eyes on her, she kind of went, no. It was like slow moving. And then it felt as though once I brought my second daughter home, that my oldest daughter fell instantly in love with her. And she would come get me if her sister was crying. She wanted me to care for her. She wanted me to love her. She wanted me to be there for her, and I made sure that I dispersed the hugs and the love and affection evenly. So if I kissed my baby girl, I kissed my other baby girl. Now, some will say, well, that's daughters, that's not wives. I'm saying that love is not limited by numbers of people in your family. You don't reach a cap. Once you love one person in your family, you can't love another. And I learned something, and this was the hard truth, and I accepted it. I said, my husband has the ability to love more than one wife. He has the ability to love more than one person. He had the ability to love more than one parent at the same time, more than one grandparent, more than one child of his at the same time. Why? Why? When one of the most honorable, one of the most highest positions in the world of us being wives to him would make him love less, would make him lack love for one of us, would make it where he'd say, I'm at capacity. I can't love more than one wife. I don't have the room in my heart. He loved all those people prior to being in polygyny, but he doesn't have room for one more and other children. Can't fit. I can't feel it. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And I became okay and accepting of the fact that he was able to love more than one wife. Did I jump up one day early on and go, yeah, accepting, I love it. I love that you love more than one wife. No, it was slow moving because I had to understand. The talking to my co-wife was slow moving. Those things were slow moving. But I understood that he had the ability, because I had given him 6 children, and he comes from a large number of people. He has tons and tons and tons of relatives. I think we all do. But these people have family trees on both sides. They are very active in their family reunions, and they have large numbers on both sides. And I said, he can love so many people at one time. There's no way that he stops at a subsequent wife and says, I can't do it. I'll marry you, but I won't love you. Just know that. That's not how it works. There's honor. There is honor, whether we're accepting of it or not. And I'm wholeheartedly accepting of it, that our husbands can love more than one wife. Because when we start saying he loves more than one woman, yes, biologically we're women. Yes, we are. But when we say, well, he's in love with another woman, I say, no, he loves his other wife. He's in love with his other wife, just as he's in love with me. That changes the energy around the terms that we're using. That changes something. Whether we're going, I love it. I think it's great. You might not be in a place where you think it's great yet, but just know that our husbands love us too. And they love our children, and they love their other wives and their other children. But one thing that makes me love my bonus babies is knowing these are siblings. And I'm glad that our husband loves us in the way in which he does. Because he's making sure not only am I okay, that my co-wife is okay, and our children are okay, and our family is okay, and he's okay. And when something's not all right, that becomes problematic, especially for him, because he wants us to be okay. He wants us to be thriving in polygyny, not surviving it. So he doesn't stop loving me and kicks me to the side because he married again, and then dumps all the love that he had for me for 15 years, more than 15 years. More than 15 years. Because I knew him 5 years before I married him. He always wanted to marry me. And I was like, this boy crazy. And he's a teenager. He don't know what he's talking about. And if I say I love him, my grandma will kill me. I mean, it was just. But I love the fact that he loves us. Because I couldn't be with a man that had me as a wife initially and did not love his subsequent wife. I would find that supremely unattractive. Because then I would say, well, what is his intentions on her? What's going on? And I would ask. Now, we do know there are some men that treat wives in such a horrible, horrendous way. I don't like that. They're not deserving of more than one wife if that's the way they're going to move. Because everybody doesn't have healthy intentions. Everybody's not loving to their wives. Everybody doesn't have this deep love and parenting for their children. And they're not in their lives and all these things like that. Sometimes geography keeps them away from their children. And they just love them so much. Sometimes visas, sometimes illness. Sometimes there's so much going on. But I'm talking about the men that don't care. That don't give a damn. So the ones that I'm saying that have the capacity to love more than one woman care about that love. They care about their wives very deeply, very deeply. I didn't marry the man that sang my praises every day. I didn't marry the man that was like, you look beautiful every time he saw me. But I know through all the actions and all the self-sacrifice that he loves me and he loves us all. And that means he loves my co-wife too. I love her, but I don't love her in the way that a husband would love a wife. I love her as my sister. We're not sisters through biology. We're sisters in Islam because people have asked, I get it. People have asked, are we sisters? And we're not sisters through biology. So just to clear that up if you're new. He did not marry two biological sisters. That's not what he did at all. But I wanted to just make that point. They have a lot of love in their heart and they don't just dump it out because they marry again. If anything, I believe that my husband's love for me intensified as he is in polygyny, as he began to really practice polygyny. And he knew that as I showed up as a friend of his in those times that I needed to be more so of a friend than a wife, meaning that we needed to have conversations and I removed my bias. I removed it. Example, our children, his children through biology and my bonus babies and our son through biology, them being close. And I knew that the son that I had needed to be close to his brothers. He needed to. Just as he was close to his siblings that I gave birth to, right? He needed to be just as close to my co-wife's babies. He had to for his mental health. And it was just the right thing to do so that he was whole, so that they're whole, so they can love each other without disturbance or disruption or division. I want that for all the children and all the young adults in our family, to feel as though nothing's changing and they're able to embrace their siblings wholeheartedly. Their father loves them all. Our children, his children, our bonus children, he loves all of them at the same time, very, very deeply, very deeply. So I'm not going to diminish his efforts in any way, shape, or form by saying that he's not allowed, or he doesn't have the capacity, or dictate to him that he can't do it. He can't love us both. He absolutely does, present tense. He absolutely does. And I know that's till he closes his eyes. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. I think my co-wife feels that same way. And maybe we'll talk about that together, you know. We have a ball when we do videos together. I don't care. We have a ball. And sometimes we break off into show tunes or whatever the case may be, but we have a ball, but we are honest about it. We're absolutely honest about it. And we don't want to disrespect our lives, our journey, and the love that our husband holds in his heart for us all. I won't do it. She won't do it. Our children won't do it. We know what it is. He's showing all the signs of a man that loves two women and his children. So I hope you guys got some gems from this video. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video because sharing is caring. Hit that notification bell so that you know every time we upload. Watch all of our videos, guys, so you can get some clarity on subsequent wives issues, marriage issues, and husband issues and best practices for best results from Coach Nazir and Coach Nyla. Make sure you're following us on IG at Outstanding Relationships and on YouTube and Facebook, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. You're also going to want to join our awesome community or education campus, I should say, because that's exactly what it is. So make sure you guys go to polygamyeducation.com for details. That is where you can join our private polygamy community. Well, it's an education campus. I keep saying community. Why I keep saying it? I don't know why I keep saying it. Where you can continue your poly education over there. We have meet and greets. We have 2 live classes a week. Coach Nyla, she actually teaches a class, and so do I. And we have challenges as well. And you guys can talk to one another, and it's a private group. So because it's private, we don't have the trolls and the interference and all those things like that, and you're not met with judgment. And you can talk amongst each other and post and all those different things. So make sure you go over to polygamyeducation.com for details on that. So if you made it this far through the video, what are we going to put in the comments? Husbands love wives. Has a double meaning. Put that in the comments. Thank you all for supporting our channel and our content. We really do appreciate it. You guys really, ask so many awesome questions, and you also keep us in your odds, and you always have something nice to say. And the trolls, they're going to be trolls. Remember, they're your biggest marketing team is a troll, because they're going to spread the word. So let them do them. With that being said, I'm going to leave you guys some GLC as we always do. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'm Coach Fatimah. See you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.